One Percenters, it's Coach Tommy. Here are a bunch of exercises that I do. I've just sped them all up. I'm using my left hand to show that it's just not my right hand, and it's not easy because I'm right-handed. So I'm doing everything left-handed as I would do, showing another player how to speed up their learning process when it comes to shooting. So wrist control, it all comes down to wrist control, and it's, remember, the number one most important component of shooting is arms for aiming. Arms for aiming is number one, timing for transfer is number two, and three is legs for lift. So I'm using the SKLZ Auto Assist rebounder that I have, and I love it because I've been locked up in my gym, haven't been able to shoot on a real rim in about 3 months or 4 months. That's my foam roller with my camera attached to it, so that's how I film these things for you guys. All right, so here I am just kneeling on the floor and doing finger rolls with my left hand. And with the rebounder, if you don't hit it right back in the middle, it'll go all crazy, and then I'll have to get up and go get a rebound or whatever. But the advantage of using the rebounder and sitting on the floor is that you just get a lot more practice with your arms and controlling your wrist. So I went from finger rolls to now I'm doing a pound dribble, pulling it with one hand and just passing it with one hand. And all I'm doing on all these drills is really trying to control my wrist, get a feel for the ball with my fingers. Remember, I'm using my left hand, and every time I want to extend my hand, so I'm using my shoulder, elbow, and wrist, extending those every single time on every pass or every layup or whatever I'm doing to control my wrist. Here I'm just doing a double between the legs and then controlling it into a pass. So now I'm still in that kneel, and then I have a pull-up bar, and so I'm shooting over the pull-up bar and into the net, and on that one I didn't follow through with the wrist very good, and this next one, it hit the pull-up bar and it came right back to me, so it didn't even hit the net. So I'm working my arc, I'm imagining somebody with their hand up and I gotta shoot over. And so with my left hand, it's still very inconsistent if my wrist is snapping at the right amount of power that I need and the right timing that I need. The ball is still getting there, so it's still coming back to me, but what will be lacking will be the rotation. And when it comes to the rim, you'll not get those soft bounces. So these are some common problems that you guys might be dealing with as you guys are learning how to shoot with your dominant hand. You'll notice your wrist will not snap every time fully. You'll short arm some shots, so you'll shoot it and you'll pull your arm back, not getting a full extension on your arm. And then you'll just have problems aiming and then getting, rejected or coming up short. But as you can see, as I go through this, I'm getting tons and tons of reps. And in the beginning, you want quantity. You want quantity before you get quality, because through all the reps, you're going to eventually get to quality. So in the beginning, it's really, really important for you to just get a bunch of reps. You don't want to be too discouraged by misses or anything like that. So this is more ideal, that you can get a lot of reps in a short amount of time. I don't need a rim or anything like that. Now, what I do with my players is I'll have them shoot against the wall, or I'll have them pass against the wall. So shooting against the wall will be up higher and arcing, and then just passing against the wall will be straight. So now I'm just going with standing, so the angle is slightly changed. My hand will be extending down, but the same exact motion is happening with the wrist going down. Behind the back passes are a little bit harder, but they still make you control your wrist. So it's sideways action, and then the finger roll here is the underhand action, and then the overhand or the regular jump shot is the extension action that you would normally get on a jump shot. It's all in wrist control. This rolls over into dribbling, because dribbling is essentially all your wrist and hands as well. So here I go, just going through more and more reps. I'm rotating between kneeling, sitting, standing, changing how far I gotta shoot, moving forward, moving back. And with the rebounder, like I said, it's very kind of tricky. You have to make sure you hit it on the center for it to come back. So with that, you get immediate feedback a lot quicker. And the reps, guys, I cannot overemphasize how many reps you need to get up to become a great shooter, because the more you get, the more it will become muscle memory. Okay, even just as I was going through this with my left hand, I felt with every little set after the shots became more consistent. My arm extended fully. My shoulder went to where I needed it to be. My elbow at the eye level, just moving it up to the eye level. Okay, so missing, it's not that big a deal. So you don't have to chase the rebounds and go waste 10, 15 seconds running back, going to chase a rebound. If you have a partner, this is really, really good. It's even better than the rebounder if you're shooting with a partner and you guys can just take turns. I'm going through like crazy, no stop, no rest, no nothing, because I'm just used to working like this. Players normally will rotate after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and in 5 minutes normally you can get about 100 shots per player. So if you're partnered with a player, 10 minutes, you'll both get 100 shots up. One person will be working on shooting, one person will be working on the exact same type of action, but the straight line pass with the shooting form. So one hand on the side, one hand behind the ball, and then just passing to the teammate. The one teammate A will shoot, teammate B will catch the ball, chest pass it right back, or bounce pass it right back using the shooting form while they're passing. So here's just another angle. Again, I'm sitting on the floor. So sitting on the floor just makes the shot a little bit harder. So that'll simulate that I'm shooting it farther. So transitioning between sitting, kneeling, standing, sitting in a chair, anything like that will change how much power and how much speed you need to put behind that ball. So it's a little bit tricky. I still have to get it up and over my pull-up bar and in between the ceiling. So imagine all those constraints when you're having to shoot, and then you still have to drop the ball onto the rebounder or in the net in real life situation. So if you can do this, you'll be able to shoot on the rim. You'll be able to control your hands, no problem. One of the other main drills that I do when I'm outside or at a gym, I'll do the line drill. So it's this exact same thing, but I'm visualizing a little square or a dot on the floor, and then I'm using the line, shooting on a line to make sure my shots are straight. Now, most of the times I know my shot is going to be straight and I'm not going to miss very far left or right. When you guys are learning how to shoot, missing left or right is the biggest problem. If you cannot control it left or right, your shots will be all over the place. If you're missing shots, I always tell my players they should be long or short, but they need to be straight. If they're long, you might get lucky. You might get a shot just bounce off the backboard and it might just go off the backboard. If they're short, you might get a friendly roll to the front of the rim. Thank you to those who have made it this far. I'll put a link to the rebounder in the description. Until next time, guys, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better.